Gravity Falls is one of the most iconic shows that appeared on Disney XD. One of them, in my opinion. I fuck with Gravity Falls so much. I think it came around like 2010. I forgot what year. I was definitely not like a big kid, but I was kind of a big kid. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was 8 years old. I was not a big kid. I wasn't even double digits. Oh my gosh. But anyways, Gravity Falls is about siblings who literally went to visit their uncle, and during their stay, they just see a bunch of crazy stuff unfold. They have to solve mysteries, try to save their family countless of times. Today, we are talking about the worst thing each character on that show has done. Not all of the freaking characters. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. I did Grunkle Stan, Soos, Mabel, Dipper. What is that other guy's name? Bill. And Gideon. Okay, so let's get started, because yeah, I'm sorry y'all, I have a brain fart, so I just want to give y'all that heads up. If y'all see me a little disconnected, it's because I'm not there today. I ain't there today. But anyways, I'm still dropped this for y'all. Ain't that serious for me to really? Okay. So first up is Grunkle Stan. There's a whole bunch of things that he did, but there's one, I feel like with this mistake that he did, there was of course like many mistakes within that, like there was many mistakes that kind of created this bigger mistake. But I feel like this bigger mistake tops the rest of the mistakes that he did. He lied to everyone, including his family, for decades about the portal and about his identity. He literally lied about his identity. Imagine you have an uncle that you knew all your life, and he ain't even that uncle. He a whole nother uncle that you didn't even know fucking existed. Make it make sense. I'm not gonna lie, because now that I'm thinking about it, this whole thing remind me of Steven Universe. I'm a Steven Universe head, as y'all can see, as y'all can tell. But literally, this is giving Pink Diamond. This is literally giving Pink Diamond. This is literally giving Pink Diamond. Like, let's really talk about it. It's literally giving Pink Diamond, and it's the same thing. Different forms, different dimension, same problem. But I will say though, I get why he lied about the portal thing, because him telling them about the portal thing, that's gonna put them in even more danger. But him not telling them about it also put them in danger. But I also feel like what I look like telling 2 kids about something that they have no business even knowing about, right? The identity thing, I can't be. If I'm being real, I don't think I would be able to be on his side about that one, because not only did you make your brother life a living hell, and you suck his ass into a portal, right, for 30 years. Not only did you do that, but in the midst of you doing that, you literally stole his identity for money. It's so funny, because as I'm thinking about this, I literally got into a debate on Reddit about Grunkle Stan, and I get their point of view, right? I get Grunkle Stan's point of view, and I get the people that's the fit in point of view, but I also don't get it. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm a little too strict, but I just feel like you sat there, you ruined his life. And I want to express though that I do want to make another video on Grunkle Stan and Ford's lore. Like, I want to start from the beginning and dig deep into that shit, because oh my gosh, I don't agree with Grunkle Stan at all whatsoever. I'm not saying Ford was 100% right. I'm not saying that he's not stubborn as well, but let's really talk about it. Grunkle Stan is one stubborn motherfucker, and the way that he handles certain things, I just feel like he shouldn't have handled it a certain way. Like, you sat there, you stole his identity, and now you want to act like a freaking asshole because he's he's upset because of what you did. Not even what you did, a bunch of stuff that you did. It's a whole list of things that you did that you ruined your brother's life. And then, yeah, we're going to get to that in another video. But the portal thing wasn't bad. It was mainly about him lying about his identity. Him stealing his brother's identity after doing his brother dirt. I feel like he just, that was messed up. Like, that little bit kind of just took it a little too far. He definitely could have just accidentally threw him in the portal by an accident, because it was by an accident. Even though it was accidentally on purpose, he definitely, I'm sorry, the way that I've seen that scene and the way that other people see that scene, I've seen that scene a little bit different. He didn't have to, I'm noticing that every single time that Stan is upset, it could be an argument and he will just drag it. Like, y'all beefing, y'all arguing, but then why you gotta freaking steal a book, shove me and then throw a motherfucking bitch in the fucking portal. Like, that's just too much. Like, he dragged it. And yes, it was by an accident because he didn't mean to go and take it that far. But he also didn't have to touch him. Like, a majority of this stuff was because Grunkle Stan was afraid of change. And I'm gonna get back to that later because Mabel went through the same thing. Oh my gosh. All right. Next up is Soos. Soos. All right. Y'all probably gonna call me mean. Y'all probably gonna call me mean because he is a, don't get me wrong, I like his character. I feel like he is very cuddly and he is sweet, but he's a freaking idiot. I'm sorry, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. And I do feel like in every show they need to have at least one idiot, at least a couple idiots to balance each other out, right? And don't get me wrong, like, it's not like he's an idiot on purpose. That's just how he is. Like, the reason why I say that is because, for obvious reasons, every time they take him on a mission, the twins take him on a mission, he always messes something up. He always messes something up, whether it's on purpose or not. Majority of the time, I will say, half of the time, not majority, I feel like majority of the time is giving grace. Half of the time is by an accident. The other half is him being fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I do know that he does mean well, but his cluelessness, it just slows the group down all at once. And it's just kind of like, why? Just, you could have stayed home. Why did y'all bring him here? Y'all know he's gonna mess stuff up. And I know that was mentioned in the episode, but that was that one episode where he got it together. It's still messed up. A perfect example was, I forgot what it was. It was season 1, episode 12, when of course Dipper trying to impress Wendy, of course, and their friends. He didn't want to go freaking, what is that? Yes, that was that episode. Dipper didn't want to go trick-or-treating because he didn't want to turn off Wendy, as if Wendy was turned on in the first place. That's his issue too. We're gonna get into that, but this is about Soos. They're trying to run from a candy monster, but literally when they're like this close to being out the freaking front door of the store that they were hiding in, Soos' stupid ass found the freaking skull toy and wanted to play with it. They're like, no, what are you doing? Like, you choose now? And he's like, I'm sorry guys, but after all of that, I need a freaking break. Like, first of all, what do you mean after all of that? After what? Y'all haven't even gotten to the after part. You're gonna go to the thing, and then when you press the skull, it didn't work, and they needed batteries. His ass gonna go get batteries, and his ass gonna open up the goddamn batteries, put the batteries in the goddamn skull, and press the goddamn button, causing the freaking skull monster, the candy monster, to come and attack them. Like, what be wrong with him? Like, read the rule. You know what's so funny? You could have just went home. Y'all could have just ran away, and then another time come back to the store after the or after you had to feed the monster, whatever. Come back to the goddamn store, get the goddamn candy fucking toy thingy, and then go. He's so childish, and I just feel like that really made me want to just go pull my locks out one by one. How about that? But yeah, I feel like that was kind of one of the worst things that he ever done, because anytime after that, I will say, not anytime, because he did some idiotic stuff afterwards as well, but I just feel like he tried a little bit harder, especially after the episode where Dipper told him straight up, like, listen, I'm not gonna lie, not straight up, because it kind of went out when Dipper got fed up, but Dipper was like, this is why I didn't want to bring you, because you be doing too much. And then after that, that's when he kind of was like, let me be more helpful. Next up is Mabel. With Mabel, I can empathize with a little bit because I kind of get her point of view. She did fuck up though. She definitely did mess up. But I also have to keep remembering that they're 12. They're 12 years old, so they're immature. The worst thing Mabel ever done was give, I forgot what the machine thing, but it was like a globe tool looking thing. It was like the most powerful and dangerous object that what's his name, Bill could never have in his hands, and she gave it to Bill by an accident. Bill obviously wasn't Bill when he came out to her. He had to trick her, so he dressed up as Blendon to trick her, because Blendon was a time traveling guy, so they had some type of connections. And I'm not gonna lie, she was a little confused. Why are you here? why are you asking me? Like, you know, even though she didn't ask any questions, but it was just the vibe that she gave. She was kind of confused as to where you come from, how you know I was here. But she still fell for it, so none of that freaking matters. But I was trying to say that people are saying, oh, well, even me, people was thinking at first it was about her giving the machine, giving them the object just so that she could have Summer for a little bit longer. But it wasn't about that. It was literally about the fact that she was feeling alone. Her birthday coming up. Her friends were leaving. And then not only was her friends leaving, Dipper literally agreed to stay in Gravity Falls and have her go home alone. They're twins. They do everything together. They're only 12 years old. Imagine you sit there, you know someone all your life, and now they're deciding to up and leave you. And not, like, you know, just so that they can have their own path. And this is also Grunkle Stan's and Ford's issue, which is why I'm, like, you know, we're gonna keep going, like, oh my gosh, I like they're repeating cycles and traumas and stuff like that, because even when Ford offered Dipper the position to be his assistant, it was literally him doing the same thing that he did to Grunkle Stan. And not that he did anything, but it was just kind of like the same thing. Ford had an opportunity, right, to go to college. Grunkle Stan was like, I don't want you to go because, you know, all I know is you, like, you know. And it was kind of the same thing. Though it was the same thing. Mabel was like, I don't want you to stay in Gravity Falls. I want you to come home with me because you're all I know. And that was it. Like, the icing on her cake was literally her brother leaving her by her side. Of course, she was sad about her sibling, her friends not being there for her birthday, and her, like, summer going too fast and her going home soon. But what really topped it off was the fact that her brother was not going to be there with her for the remainder after summer. Because literally it was, okay, though I'm not celebrating my birthday the way I want it, though summer is ending, at least I'll have my brother. And it's the fact that she's not going to have him. Well, she thought that she wasn't going to have him. That kind of ticked her off. So she basically was venting out in the forest. She went out for a walk, not on purpose. Bill saw her, took the opportunity, manipulated her, and made her give him the machine, thinking that because he was telling her that, oh, I'll give you this, if you give me the machine, I can make summer go longer, and then that would give her more time to spend with her brother and her friends, and, you know, things like that. It was obviously Bill was trying to take over the world, and he didn't give a fuck about her or her summer. Here is my cup. Brats. Listen. Everybody else was Barbies, were Barbs, and was into Barbie World and all that shit. I was into Bratz. Every single Bratz. The cartoon, the movie, the live action, that was me. So Dipper. This one is gonna be quick. This one's gonna be real quick. Because it's very straightforward. The worst thing Dipper has ever done, in my opinion, in my eyes, was reset time over and over and over just to try to get Wendy. Wendy don't want you. Like, he did all that to impress a girl who was never even impressed. And I think I said that in the beginning of the video. I think I said that. I definitely did my intro multiple times. I don't know. Which version of it I did. If I'm being real. In season 1, episode 9, Time Traveler Pig, he literally wanted to, I guess he wanted to, like, win Wendy a beer and ask her out or some shit. Then the other guy, I forgot his freaking name. He's a dork though. He's very rude. He ain't all that in the bag. He think he all that in the bag of chips, but he's not. He was trying to freaking get Wendy before he did, but end up losing because, dude, you wasn't even in the competition. Like, you're a whole kid. It'd be like that though. But you're a whole kid. She ain't paying you no mind. Just kept trying to rewind time just to change that, which eventually caused Mabel to lose her pig, Waddles. I said, yeah, that was the worst thing he ever did. I feel like this episode also reminded me of Steven Universe. I'm sorry, I might do a compare and contrast video. Who knows? Because it's given similarities. This reminded me of when Steven kept rewinding time to stop himself from helping his dad from crashing Onion's dad's, I forgot his name, Onion's father's name, but Onion's dad's boat. And in the midst of that, he ended up keep going so that he could collect as many Stevens and the different parallel universes so that he can create a band for Beach and Palooza. Man, that's so similar. Like, they're both time traveling. They're both doing shit over and over and over again. It's just that Steven duplicated himself. Dipper also duplicated himself with the printer. He also duplicated himself with the printer. See? Am I tweaking? I'm not tweaking? Alright, I'm not tweaking. Y'all, if y'all cannot tell, it's literally the next day. My camera died and yeah, I just gave up. But yeah, we only have like 2 more characters to go. So let's get into it. Gideon is a power-hungry little psycho, plain and simple. He's a freaking psycho, and to think, I know like this isn't like the main reason why, like I know Mabel isn't the reason why he wanted to take over the shack. I know that she wasn't like the main reason why he's evil. He was always evil, but it's the fact that literally all this triggered it. I feel like, I don't know, I still feel like Mabel denying him triggered him wanting to take over the world. From the freaking editing room real quick, I just noticed that Gideon definitely did all of this because because he like all of this because of Mabel, because Mabel didn't want to date him. I thought this was like this like honestly, from like, I'm gonna be real, I thought he was doing this because he had his own mission, and it just so happened that he met Mabel and Mabel just triggered it. But nah, he was doing all this because of Mabel. Like, towards the end of like the second season, it was definitely made clear that he did this because Mabel didn't want him. And he tried to do all this to force Mabel to date him. Make it make sense. Literally stole the Mystery Shack deed, which caused Grunkle Stan to go homeless, which also caused Grunkle Stan to have to send the kids home for the rest of the summer because he didn't have a place to stay. You know, you take care of somebody else's kids, having them in your own home, and you lost your home, so now you have to send the kids back to where they came from. Ow. Luckily, of course, I told you guys already that these videos that I do are spoilers, so I will be spoiling it. Luckily, of course, the twins got caught by Gideon on their way out because Gideon's stupid self thought that he was hiding another book when he didn't even have the first book to begin with. I think Gideon had book number 2, Cipher had 3, and Ford had 1. Guys, I got some things wrong. Coming in from the editing room, by the way. Okay, so Grunkle Stan had book number 1 because Ford got, sucked into the portal, so he threw Stan the book. And then Dipper had book number 3, and then Gideon had 2. There we go. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what's up with these kids and the way that they talk to their parents. Cause the way that he be talking to his dad, I would have got popped. Okay, I would have got my, not even a spanking. Cause spanking is a pow pow. That belt, a freaking Swiffer mop, what a, oh my gosh, that's some Caribbean. Anything that a motherfucker could see. If it's this laptop, bam. I don't know how the hell these kids be in these shows be talking to their parents the way cause it's who birthed who here? Even though his dad technically didn't birth him, because, guys can't give birth. But you know what I'm saying? He still got, I don't know. He be sitting there talking about something, okay, Gideon. Whatever you say, Gideon. Yeah, no, see, Mom, I would have got popped already. Even my dad don't even put his hands on me. He never even put his hands on me. And I would have gotten scolded. What the heck is wrong with these folks? And even, I forget her name. Pacifica? Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong. But it's a girl. It's basically Mabel's enemy. Even her. She's all ballsy because of what she got going on at home. But it's the fact that she's sitting here talking to Mabel and talking to everybody else. All types of ways. But when it came to her parents, she knew not to say nothing. She knew to act right. So why this is, at least with Gideon, have that type of energy, right? Talk to people outside of your parents some type of way, but then when it comes to your parents, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of respect that though. I don't respect it, but I kind of do, cause like he's like, listen, I'll keep the same energy with you, and I'll keep the same energy with my people. Pacifica, whatever her name is, she's like, I'm a G in front of you, but I'm a pussy in front of them. But at least Gideon stand on business. But he needs a little spanking. He needs some, cause the way that his dad just be sitting there letting him walk all over him is a little sad. So the last character is Bill Cipher. Um, he wasn't just the worst character in my opinion. I feel like he was literally like, what is? I don't know the word that is worse than worst, cause he was terrible. I ain't gonna lie though, I do like his sense of humor. I will say that I do like his sense of humor, and I do like his dedication. But he is not a good character all around. He didn't even have a good part to play with. Not even a little bit. He didn't just cause problems. He literally tried to erase the reality and rebuild it into his own little playground. He literally tricked, possessed, and manipulated everyone. He turned forward into a stone and created a nightmare dimension called Weird Weird Magadon. Please, yes, I know I sound stupid. Just because he could, who's gonna stop him for real besides the kids? Everybody else now, and now well, no, it's because they needed all three books to succeed. That's why. Because I would say, why did he been do this? But it's because he needed all three books. And I'm telling you right now, if he had the three books a long time ago, I wonder how it would be. I wonder how the structure would have been if they would have nipped this butt and took over Gravity Falls a long time ago. He literally destroyed the whole universe with no regrets. I don't know what is wrong with the kid. I do know what's wrong with the kid, but we should definitely talk about his lore as well in another video. I'm so sorry that my energy is weird and it's off. But this is the end of the video. Please make sure that you like, comment, and you subscribe.